Hey, we got Poland. G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Cold Waters with Mags, and welcome to the southern coast of Iceland. So I think we've managed to identify what is potentially our target group for this mission. There is two options and I had to pick one. Unfortunately, we are in a bit of a spot here. We're currently only 10 kiluyards away from well, less than 10 now, from two of the escort groups. We've managed to identify them all except Sierra 7, which has only just popped up. We'll get her in a second. But one of them is a Charlie class submarine, so this could be a bit interesting. We're definitely going to have to fire these close at this point, and I haven't got a choice. I'm not going to be able to do anything too creative with these, so I've got one set to surface run, one set for depth, and my hope is to away this counter shot. Go all three. Yeah, screw it. So that one's our surface runner. These two are heading for our Charlie. Actually, we might activate these really short, because we're not going to have a whole lot of time, and there is no way with the ranges we just had to fire at that we're not going to be doing torpedo beats. Rocket launch torpedoes have just been fired. They're going to come in nearly right on top of us. I'm going to start changing depth. It's going to go to 1,000. Alright, towed array is retracted. Alright, that landed a little short. Good. That means I haven't exactly managed to get our full location yet. Looks like two of them hit. Should probably check and make sure we've got... Yeah, 2,000 feet. So we've got to bottom this well past crush depth once again. That one's closer. Alright. Down we go. And there goes the wires. Actually, we're going to hold on the brakes for just a second. Alright. Back to flank. Moss is away. Dive for the bottom of the ocean. There goes the second wire, which we knew it would. And now we've got helicopter. Let's make our turns away. Now we're just going to hope our torpedoes actually do something at this point. Alright, that's better. We dove a little deep there with that sudden helicopter launch torp. So yeah, I thought this would be a problem having to fire so close. They're sort of right on top of us. And I don't want to have to play chasey short again, so we might have to be a hell of a lot more aggressive with this one. If we can get rid of the Charlie and we can get rid of the Cresta, Unfortunately, I think these are going to pick us up again, maybe. As they make the turn back, they're probably going to pick us up again. No, we actually have managed to open up enough of a gap here in our sprint. It didn't pick us up on the turn back. So as long as we can run fast and south, they know we're here. There's no hiding that. Run fast and south and then reposition to get around the back. We've still got a signal on. Yeah, okay, we're not IDing that at the moment. I think the Krista has gotten out of the way. It looks like both of these have managed to pick up targets, however. I'm guessing they're going for the Charlie. The Charlie is likely about there. Reload that one with the Moss just in case we need it. Yeah, I would say that's pretty much guaranteed to be the Charlie at this point. God, that's a lot of pings going off. So what is Sierra 7? Something here is a something here is carrying aircraft. Because that's where that helicopter come from. Well, I suppose it could be one of the escorts with a an ASW helicopter mounted on the back.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 2.
New countermeasure deployed. Now I have no idea if our torps are actually going to pick anything up there. Hoping this one doesn't become a waste. I'm hoping it finds a target. So we're going to continue powering through at 30 knots at this point, while the chaos is going everywhere and there's torpedoes all over the place and there's a hell of a lot of noise. I want to get over here as hard as I can. Right, there she is. She's maneuvering. Come on, torps. Make a left, make a left. Alright, one of them is. It's going to go for the countermeasure. Come on, get it on the turn back. Make a right-hand turn and come around and pick him up from the front. And it turns left. Turns exactly the opposite direction. Come on. I don't know if this will sink it. Probably not. Oh, wait, we got to turn back. Hopefully we'll get a reacquire. Unfortunately, this one's going to go and get lost in the countermeasures now, but this one is going straight for the countermeasure it deployed before and completely ignoring the submarine that is right in front of it, even though it is actively pinging, which should not happen with a Mark 48. There is no way it would not be able to see that. But, you know, we'll ignore that. Gotta maintain the fantasy. Honestly, the Mark 48s in this mod are about as good as World War II wake-following torpedoes. Actually, no, they're better. The wake-following, the wake-following torpedoes are better. The wake-following torpedoes actually regularly hit their targets. They just didn't detonate. Looks like somebody can hear us still. So we're getting more rocket drop torpedoes. Still nothing picking us up here, so we can maintain our 30 knots. Going to actually turn away just a little bit. We're about to actually shut down and go silent, so I can pick up where everything is, have a little bit of a look. Like we got a Sierra 8 that we need to identify as well. Actually, we'll do that now. We're loaded. We're ready to fight. Alright, so Sierra 7 has self-identified. Capital. Alright, so we've still got to identify Sierra 8. Alright, so let's get our towed array out here so we can find out where everything is, and it looks like we got the Charlie. Hey! One of them actually managed to hit the target. Wow, I'm impressed. Well done. Alright, so that's the most dangerous weapon they've got taken care of. Now, let's reduce to 4 knots.
Make turns 4 knots. Maneuvering on.
What are you?
Making turns 4 knots.
So 2 tight grouping in the front. With a 2 spread. Seriously? Eight's moving. How can it be an oil rig? I'll brand it oil rig for the moment.
Sierra 8 is classified as.
That can't be right. It lines up. But I'm sure it was moving. Unless it's just my sonar, I can't see it clearly. Also, in that case, why are we having such a war around an oil rig? I'm playing as the US. Okay, never mind that question. Retract that question. Retract that question. Yeah, it's just coming up as an oil rig. Alright, so it's just an oil rig. Looks like our torp has not detected anything. So it's a straight runner, but theirs haven't, so that's fine. Looks like ours are just doing circles. Looks like they dropped in a torpedo on top of our torpedoes as well. Krista's gone north. The rest seem to be running. Nobody appears to be too far into this at the moment. But we got to get that Chilkin, so we can't actually hang around here. I kind of want to take out the Krista, but it is a secondary target. Its range. It's 9.4 if this is accurate. Yeah, on the off chance, I'm actually gonna take this torpedo out. And I'm going to deal with the Krista too while we're here. Actually, looking at distances, the SOV. That's not what I'm selecting there. SOV. It's 12-2, so I might be able to go for the SOV at the same time. Straight south. Oh, that was loud. Right, so 1 torp going north, 1 torp going south. For those wondering what I'm doing whenever I'm doing this, I'm rotating the camera under the water and away, so if I have to use active pings or fire torpedoes, it doesn't blow your speakers and your eardrums out at the same time. Unfortunately, even when you're in map mode, the sound is set to whatever you happen to be looking at. So keeping the camera in a position where you're not going to get deafened is useful. So if we can take out the SOV and we can take out the Krista 2, removing them, that cuts some torpedoes out of the area and some of their launch capability. We've got a trawler down here we don't need to worry about. The oil rig is obviously irrelevant. The Chilkin is our target. We've got the Sverdlov, which I would like to sink because it is a capital after all, and she's nice and noisy and easy to track. And the rigger is the only other escort. So that is my target. That is a bonus goal of 20,000 tons that we can put on the bottom, and the rigger is the only thing stepping in the way at this point, other than all of the yellow here. And if we can get rid of a couple of the things firing off all the bloody yellow, well, it becomes less of an issue. So yeah, I just want to get these far enough away. Alright, looks like the Krista may have detected the torpedo. The Sverd seems to be turning as well. Be interesting, that torpedo. Is that going to require us? Oh, no, okay, it's not. At least not yet. God, they're peppering the area. This is why I need to get rid of them. That's two of the launch platforms we can sink. That's less of these. That's awfully close too. And that's based, they got those. They dropped those based on their detection of my torpedoes, not of me. So they don't know where I am, but they know I'm in this area. There's our target. For this one here, over here, same thing. There's the target, it's a bit closer. I really, really, really would like it to not interrupt these, because I'm going to need wire guidance to get these in. Oh no, that's running pretty deep. So, yeah, that's right. I was going to say, that annoys me to no end that that's circling there and isn't automatically picking up SOV, considering that, you know, torpedoes have no IFF. There is no such thing as a friendly torpedo in the water once it's loose, especially once the wire's off. But yeah, it's deep enough that maybe it can't see surface ships, so it's not an issue. Alright, so SOV and Cresta are now both dropping countermeasures. Cresta looks like she's going to be the first one to go.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 263.
It's the SOV's top speed. About the same. Countermeasures will start picking up soon.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 350. Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 267.
And there we go. Torpedo 3 is tracking a target.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 354.
4 has yet to pick anything up yet. Interesting how 4's not picking up the countermeasures this time.
Weapon acquired.
Oh, 4's picked up the SOV as well. What is this? Are these torpedoes?
Noisemaker bearing 272.
I didn't just turn that off, did I? Nope. Cool. actually hunting targets and not countermeasures? No, they're not. They're hunting countermeasures. What am I talking about? Of course they are. Come on, we know it's there. There it is. No, 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 no. Don't believe that for a second. Continue past. No, continue past the countermeasure. Come on, find it again. There we go. Torpedo tracking on. God, the water's murky here. Barely see that. That was a definite impact. Not enough to sink the Krista 2. It survived. And looks like Torpedo 4 is doing well against the Sov. I tell you what I wouldn't give for some anti-ship missiles. And just a couple of Tomahawks, nothing special. And boom. And both ships survived a Mark 48. God damn it. Well, we'll go for the Sov first. It's closer. I want to deal with it because it's between me and my targets anyway. Are they at least slowing down? 18 knots. 25. The Sov hasn't really slowed. It's a nice shot though. Alright, so Torpedo 2 is nearly back on the Sov. Sorry, it occurred an explosion there before. Must have been one of the torpedoes self-destructing, I imagine. Alright, now the Sov is knackered. Look at that speed. 5 knots top. She is done. She is dunded. Impact from the side. Alright, so Sov is down. Which is what we wanted to see. Wonder if we'll be able to catch the explosion from here for the other. Probably not, unfortunately. Yeah, with some slight graphical improvements, it wouldn't take a lot. With some slight graphical improvements, this would be an incredibly good looking game. I'm sort of hoping Sea Power has some slightly polished up graphics overall. It'll make for some truly spectacular shots. Alright, so the Krista here is not much in a better state, I don't think. I really don't see her as being much further on than the... at a much higher speed. She was slowing down faster than the Sov was. So Krista should be another easy kill. I hope. No 100% on that, but it should be. And as soon as it's dead... Rigger's got torpedoes in the water. She's 18 out. So this is why I would like to have some Tomahawks as well. Not only would I have been able to take out those easy, I just pop 2 Tomahawks off of the rigger and then just go to flank to chase down the Sverdlov and the Chilkin. And be done with both of them, but no. Yeah, look at that. She's knackered. Yeah, she's knackered as well. Engine deck took all the damage from the last torpedo. I mean, I'd be content to just leave her there and come back with her if I didn't know that if I wasn't picked up later on, she wasn't going to start spamming torps at me. Frankly, I don't. It's easier in this mod if you deal with the threats that can kill you first. Although I suppose that's true of cold waters as well, but it's things get significantly more complicated if you leave stuff alone and just go for the mission objective. If you've got to target a single or a small group of ships, like, for example, transports like we are. Alright, so into the side. And boom. Okay, so that's 2 down.
Contact breaking up.
Now we might... Yeah, we're going to have to take care of the rigger, because the rigger's coming in our direction. I'm going to torpedo out to the SOV, or where the SOV's sunk at the very least, and then I'm going to turn it in towards the rigger, and then I can run flank towards the Chilkin and Sverdlov, because the Sverdlov, it's only got radar. It's got anti-missile capability, and it's got deck guns, and it's noisy. That's why we can still hear it so clearly. It has no sonar capability, and it has no anti-submarine warfare. She's a cruiser that is completely reliant on her escorts to take down submarines. So if I get rid of the rigger, that's the only anti-submarine ship that's left. Then I can chase down, and I can bonk the Chilkin and the Sverdlov on the nose, and we're done. And hopefully this is the right one, otherwise we've got to go and do all this again. Come on, rigger, what are you going to do? Everything's on you. If you die, these 2 ships have nothing that they can do to stop me. Reality is probably not much. The rigger's definitely the smallest of the boats. Only 1,400 tons. And yeah, only a 28 knot for top speed, so she's the slowest of the escorts here as well. She's the little one. There we go, acquired. Do a little bit of speeding up here. Oh god, this is going to be brutal. Here it comes. Dun 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 dun. No, I better not do that. I'll get bloody copyright struck by YouTube. And boom. That's it. They no longer have anything that they can do to stop me. So retract towed array. Setting a course for the Sverdlov. And engines to flank. 4 kills so far. Let's go finish off the Sverdlov and the Chilkin and call this one a job well done. Or at least assuming that this is the actually the right target. It's quite possible that it isn't, so hopefully call this a job well done. Just counting out seconds to leave a big enough gap between torpedo launches so that the first torpedo does successfully take out the target in 1 hit. Normally you do it with a stopwatch, but again, no tools functionality down the left-hand side. If the first torpedo does successfully take out the target, we have enough time to divert the second torpedo without having to panic on towards Sverdlov. Although it does appear it might be a little bit further out, although I don't think it's that far out. So we're at 5, we're at 48. Let's pop radar. 2. Come on. We've got no confirmation on Sverdlov at all on radar, so that's a problem. Time to send the first torpedo in. torpedo 4. I'll just continue that through just for the moment so it doesn't activate. It's at 214. Alright, so... Sorry, 244. So yeah, that's... should be... Where the hell did it go? We've had a capital ship, a cruiser, just disappear. Alright, just run the torpedo here parallel. Let's watch this one from the periscope, just for something different. Pop the map up. So torpedo should be just about to hit on the stern. And there it is. And that was in fact not enough to kill the target. So we're going to let this torpedo activate. We're going to manually guide it. Manually guide it, rather. Into a hit somewhere around the bow. We can do that from here. Touch of time acceleration for movement there. Seconds. It's definitely slowed down, so it's done engine damage. And coming in from the bow, torpedo acquired. So the explosion should be just around there in just a few seconds. Boom. Right. There she goes. Alright. So, let's pull the periscope down now and see if we can go find this Sverdlov. Alright, so the results of the engagement. Unfortunately, we never did find the Sverdlov again. It just disappeared. I could not pick it up on radar, I couldn't find it on a periscope, we couldn't find it when we slowed down to 5. It just disappeared off the face of the Earth. So still, we've got 12 Mark 48 torpedoes left on board, 3 moths, no damage, we're good to go on the off chance that this isn't our target, so let's find out if it was. Excellent results, continue the mission. So no, this was not our target. However, I do know where there's another fleet. I'm guessing that's probably it. If not, we're going to have to go back and resupply after that engagement, and whatever fleet we're supposed to hit may actually get away, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. Cold Waters will be returning to the channel very soon, as always, and, well, till next time, take care.